Hi students, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss conversions of haloalkanes and haloarenes. See, you know very well in organic chemistry, these conversions are very important, and definite questions will be they'll ask from this conversions. Okay, so please listen to this carefully. So first, we will see the conversion of propene to 1-nitropropane. So here the propene will be CH3 CH double bond CH2. So this is what propene. Okay. So here what you have to do, you have to add NO2 to this propene. Then only you will get 1-nitropropane. Okay. So nitration of this alkene is not an addition reaction. Okay, if you want to add H hydrogen and NO2 to this alkene, it's not possible because it's not an addition reaction. Okay, you cannot add hydrogen and NO2 to this double bonded carbon atom. This is not an addition reaction. So NO2 is not added directly, but you can but through substitution of bromine atom, that is instead of bromine you can add NO2. By substituting this bromine you can add NO2. Okay, so what you have to do, first you have to convert propene to alkyl bromide. Okay, that in that alkyl bromide, the bromine can be substituted by means of NO2. Clear, students? So what you have to do, you have to convert this propene to alkyl bromide and this bromide, it is substituted, it can be substituted by NO2 and you will get the product as 1-nitropropane. Okay, so have you understood, students? So directly you cannot add NO2 to this alkene because this is not an addition reaction to add it directly. So what you have to do, you have to convert this propene, this alkene to alkyl bromide, and that halogen can be substituted by means of NO2. Okay, so I'll write the reaction now. First propene CH3 CH double bond CH2. So what I told you, you have to convert this into alkyl bromide. So to convert it to alkyl bromide, what you have to add in this, you can add hydrogen bromide. Okay, and here you can go with anti-Markovnikov rule, that is peroxide effect. So for this peroxide, what you can use? Benzoyl peroxide, that organic peroxide, benzoyl peroxide, you can use it. Okay, so it's anti-Markovnikov rule. So your product will be CH3 CH2 CH2 Br. Okay, anti-Markovnikov rule. So it won't follow that Markovnikov rule. Okay, under this peroxide effect. So yeah, you had converted into alkyl bromide, that is propyl bromide. Okay, to this you have to add AgNO2. Okay, and in aqueous ethyl alcohol. Okay, so if you are adding AgNO2, what happens? This AgBr will get removed. AgBr will get removed and your product will be CH3 CH2 CH2 NO2. So as I told you already, this bromine is substituted by means of NO2. Okay, and directly I didn't add this NO2 to this alkene. Understood, students? So if they are asking you to convert propene to 1-nitropropane, so what is this one? This is propene and this is 1-nitropropane. So if they are asking you to convert propene to 1-nitropropane, means what you have to do? First you have to add bromine. Addition of bromine, it takes place under this anti-Markovnikov rule. Here you are going to follow anti-Markovnikov rule, that is peroxide effect. Then you will get alkyl bromide, and to this if you are adding silver nitrate, this bromine is substituted by means of NO2. Okay, so this is what first conversion. We will go to next conversion. Next conversion is ethanol to ethyl fluoride. Ethanol to ethyl fluoride. Okay, so here step 1. So what you have to do in this if you take ethanol, what is the formula for ethanol? CH3 CH2 OH. Okay, so here this OH group, it should be replaced by halogen. Okay, this OH group, this OH, it should be replaced by halogen. Okay, so what you can do, you can go with Darson's method. So do you know what is Darson's method? You are taking ethyl alcohol in the presence of thionyl chloride and pyridine. What happens? You will be getting CH3 CH2Cl, and what happens to SO2 and HCl? It will get removed as gas, and I told you this is very important reaction because it will leave only the main product. Okay, here SO2 and HCl will get removed as gas. So you know this already. So this is what your Darson's process. So you can convert this OH can be replaced by means of halogen by using SOCl2. Here you can use PCl5 also. I'll tell you that also. So after converting in, after replacing this OH by Cl, what you have to do, you can add metal fluoride. Okay, Hg2F2. So what will be the product here? Your product will be CH3CH2F and this Hg2 and Cl2. So this is what your product. So what you got at ethyl fluoride. So here ethanol gets converted into ethyl fluoride, and this one is Darson's method. So what is the name of that process? Darson's process. Okay, you can use this process. See, and one more. Instead of this SOCl2, okay, again I am taking this ethyl alcohol. Okay, instead of SOCl2, you can use PCl5. Okay, so if you are using PCl5 also, what happens? Your product will be CH3 CH2 Cl, and here POCl3 and HCl will get removed. Okay, these two will get removed, and your product will be CH3 CH2 Cl. And to this you have to add a metal fluoride. So metal fluoride, you can add AgF also. So here what happens? Ag Cl will come out and your product will be CH3 CH2F. Okay, and if you are using this, this reaction is called as Schwarz reaction. Okay, so either to convert ethanol to ethyl fluoride, either you can go with the Darson's process or you can go with Schwarz reaction. In Darson's process, you have to use thionyl chloride and metal fluoride is Hg2F2, and in if you are using PCl5, you can use AgF. That is what your Schwarz reaction.